Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, from fancy Five Towns Woodmere. A little chilly outside. I'm not sure what everyone complaining about America for. Where else do you have, literally, you can order coffee online, pick it up, no problem, no waiting. Turn on a shower, you have hot water whenever you want it. I'm not sure why I made Aliyah. It's just incredible. Cold outside, hot, doesn't matter. Hot water, fantastic. Baruch Hashem. A lot of things this week's parsha to talk about. Yehuda and Yosef, battle royale, just incredible stuff going on in this week's parsha. One interesting piece that the Pri Tzaddik talks about is the Inyan of tshuva. So we know there's a medrash, that the Gemara, that talks about that Adam was the first one to write Mizmor Shel Yom HaShabbos. Thank you, Hashem. Mizmor Shir, praise to Hashem, Yom HaShabbos. It's a time of simcha. Why? Adam thought he was going to be dead. He does an Aveira, Adam and Chava do an Aveira. They thought it was all over for them. Shabbos rolls around, Hashem forgives Adam and Chava, and the Mizmar is tshuva. And Shabbos rolls around, and we have an inyan not to be sad, be happy, not to think about the week. We did maybe bad things in the week. Maybe the upcoming week won't be good for us. Don't worry about it too much. Shabbos. There's a pasuk in Yeshaya, Biyom hiniach Hashem chol mi'atzcha u'mirgazcha. Hashem, this is the day Hashem gave you to not worry about the past, not worry about troubles, no sorrow, no worriness. Yom hiniach Hashem. This is the day of Hashem. This is the day. This is the day that Hashem gave you not to worry about these things. And we see this in this week's parsha because Yosef tells the brother, Al tarzu, vayichar beinechem, kilmicha shulchani elakim ufnechem. This week's parsha, Yosef says to the brothers, don't be upset, don't be angry, to serve, to save the people. Hashem sent me down here. Hashem put it in your hands to sell me, and I'm in Mitzrayim, and I saved the world. And that's the truth. Yosef saves the world. Without Yosef, people will be dead. And the question is, how does that help the brothers? How is that a comfort to the brothers? We know that there's Gemara that talks about if someone in Nazar, if you have in mind you want to eat a piece of chazer or something that's not kosher, and you drink it, you eat it, then find out afterwards it really was kosher. So Gemara says you need a kapar and slicha. Wait, I did nothing wrong. So what's the deal? The point is you had in mind to do something bad. So here we are. We're in an area of the brothers try to do something bad, turned out for good, and Yosef says it's totally fine. But the Gemara says, no, if your machshava was bad, it's really a terrible thing. And the Gemara goes on and talks about the role of a tzaddik and about tshuva, who's greater. Machlokas, this tshuva b'yira, tshuva ava. It's tshuva b'ikut, tshuva of quality, the quality of tshuva. What does that mean? You have tshuva b'yira, fear of punishment, fear of God, and tshuva ava, and the difference is tshuva daveras turn to shogeg, and tshuva ava turns to zechuyos, merits. And question, what is this? There's actually a Ben Shapiro video going out that talks about this fear of God and love of God with COVID. It's a whole thing. If you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you if you want. Let me know. I'm sure you've seen it. Most of you have seen it. But the question is, what's the point of this? If tshuva is good, then Aveira is gone. If tshuva is not good, then women turns to a zechuyas, turns into a merit. It's there or not there. And tshuva b'yira, it's gone, but the mark is still there. The roshim's there. So what does this even mean? So the Pri Tzaddik says, when it comes to a tshuva ava, you do an Aveira, and you do tshuva because you love Hashem, and you use this as a stepping stone to be close to Hashem, so the action turns into something great. The action turns into a mitzvah. Tshuva miyira, you do tshuva because you're afraid of punishment, so the machshava takes away the machshava, so it's tshuva miyira, it changes the machshava level, but the aveira is still there. You did an action. It's like stealing. You could say you're sorry, but you did the action. You punch someone in the face. You say you're sorry. The action's still there. So tshuva miyira takes away the machshava, but the action's still there. So fast forward to Yosef, or turn back to Yosef. Yosef says to the brothers, don't be nervous, don't be afraid, because even though your tshuva is really biyira, you're afraid you'll be in jail, you're afraid you get punished. Shimon was in jail. I want to make all you're doing tshuva now, you're crying because of tshuva biyira, but don't be afraid, because the action itself never was bad that needs a tshuva bi'ava. The action you did was actually good. So don't be worried. Al tartzu b'nechem, al tergzu b'derech. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about going back to Eretz Yisrael. Don't worry about these things. Reference to Shabbos. Shabbos rolls around, and we think, oh my gosh, Sunday, you're sitting around the Shabbos table. Sunday I did this bad. I watched the Jets, or I wasted time doing this. And Shabbos is time not to think about these things. Shabbos is time for tshuva mi'ava, tshuva of good, and not to think the past, not the future. That's what tshuva ava is, not to worry about things that you can get tripped up again. And the Pri Tzaddik says this is the Yetzer Hara. When you do something tshuva biyira, the back of your mind, it can always come back. Because I only did tshuva because I'm afraid of an aveira, something may happen to me. So the aveira is still there. And the Yetzer Hara picks up on this. And the Yetzer Hara is thinking, okay, you did tshuva b'yira this time, but the aveira, the roshim, the action's still there. I can always trip you up the next time. That's why we need tshuva b'ava. This way, the action is totally a good action because I used it to help me get better. And the Yetzer Hara says, okay, he's totally clean of that. So that's why you don't worry about that. This is something that we have to think about. Shabbos rolls around. And Shabbos rolls around. Each person doesn't worry about the past and is not worried about the future. You kind of wipe the slate clean of the past because Shabbos is tshuva ava. I thank Hashem I made it to Shabbos. I'm going to have a great Shabbos with my family and my friends and totally tshuva ava. And don't worry about the next week. That's something, another cheshbon. Just totally stay in the moment, tshuva ba'ava. Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos from Fancy Woodmere.